Sometimes constraints can be the very best thing for your creativity. We're going to call this episode the Witch's Brew of Constraints. I'm in my studio. I pull out a piece of fabric. I decide on what I want to make out of it and quickly realize there's not enough fabric. What do? Do I choose a different design? Do I discard that fabric and go to the store and buy something new and different? Or do I use my creativity to make that project happen? I do this all the time, and sometimes I feel like I do it intentionally. I put those constraints on myself just to see what happens. There are different constraints in other art forms as well. Literary art, many forms of poetry have their own constraints. Those constraints could be the number of syllables on a line, the number of lines in the poem. Haiku, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, and it is preferred that a haiku is about nature. The same can be true, these witch's brew of constraints, in the culinary arts as well. How often do you go to your cupboard thinking that you have a can of crushed pineapple or spaghetti sauce and discover that it's not there? I remember this happened one time. I wanted to make lasagna, one of my family's favorite dishes that I make, and I didn't have any tomato sauce whatsoever. But instead of discarding that dish altogether, instead I decided, what else has tomatoes in it? Salsa. So I often buy big bottles of salsa. I pulled out my huge bottle of salsa that I keep in the refrigerator, and I poured that on top of the cooked lasagna. Oh, and another thing that I had run out of was cottage cheese. I prefer cottage cheese to ricotta cheese. I don't know, something about the texture for me. I did have sour cream. I mixed up the sour cream with an egg, and I put that in too. I layered it with other shredded cheddar cheese, some mozzarella cheese. I think I cooked up a little bit of broccoli, put it in the oven. The family didn't notice the difference. There you go. So the witch's brew of constraints can take many forms, but don't let it stop you. As a matter of fact, let it challenge you. Put your own constraints on yourself, on your projects. When I go to a fabric store, sometimes I will intentionally not overbuy. Well, for one thing, I don't want to spend the money. But for another thing, I want to see what I come up with. 2 yards is a good amount very often, not for everything. Give it a try yourself. Think about the witch's brew of constraints. What can you do to challenge yourself? Give yourself a list. Maybe it's going to be only cook with 5 ingredients for dinner tonight. Maybe it's going to be you must use 2 different fabrics in that fiber art project. Or maybe, I've heard of this, write a passage without using be verbs. All right, let me know. I'm Dr. B, the Creativity Sensei. I coach creatives and artists and makers around the world to be more productive and to find joy in their art. Leave me a comment what you're working on, what constraints you put on your art. And we'll connect again. A bientôt.